Toucan Play That Game is proudly sponsored by NiceGameShop.com, the place to go for rare and unusual Asian games. Hi, I'm Michael. Take a seat while I quickly tell you about Stone Age by Z-Man Games. This is a worker placement game set in the Stone Age period where you are using your villagers to get resources in order to build up your village and have the best villagers around. The whole way you'll be doing this is you take turns placing workers on spaces. Once you've placed them on those spaces, you're blocking them off, and then once everyone has finished and passed in player order, you will resolve all of your people in the order you choose. The aim of this is to get points. The main ways you'll get points are from huts, but also from these cards here. Some of these cards will have little point modifier things, so you get points at the end of the game for having certain things, like points per villagers, points per huts, and there's also a set collection aspect where you've got these different images on some of the cards, and if you collect sets of these, then you of unique ones, and the more unique ones you have, the more points you get. You'll get points that way. So what do I think of this game? I think it's an absolutely fantastic introduction to worker placement. I think it's probably the game I would recommend for anyone who's not played worker placement and is looking to get into it. It's very simple to learn, it's very easy to teach, but with enough meat on its bones that even experienced gamers such as me are happy to sit and play it. There is a fair amount of randomness in here, and that's part of what makes it especially good as an introductory kind of gateway to worker placement. When it comes to collecting goods, your worker each equal 1 dice that you get to roll, and you'll roll the dice and you use the smelly leather cup here, and if you roll 3 ones like I just did, you probably won't get much, but you could roll 3 sixes and you'll get tons of stuff. But you're able to mitigate that luck, and that's what I like about this game. There are 2 ways really you mitigate that luck. 1, send more people. But obviously you're limited in the number of people you can send, except you can get more people in order to be able to do more, so that you can mitigate that way. You can also pick up tools and mitigate your luck that way as well. The tools will allow you to increase your results once per round for each tool you've got. So that is a very nice mechanic. I like that it has that. So you've kind of got to balance what you're doing all the time. You've got to get food to be able to feed your people. You've got to collect the resources to be able to get the cards and to get the huts you want. And then you also need to be building up and thinking about ways to mitigate your luck so that you do better in future rounds. Or maybe you choose to ignore that and just go sound and solidly into getting straight onto the points. There's a lot of different options and paths you can take to victory in this game, which is especially good for more experienced players, but there's not so many as to be confusing for new players. When, as a new player, there's not that many locations you can go, and it's quite easy to know, right, well, this building needs that, so I'll get the stuff I need for that. So what else is there to say about this? Well, scaling wise, it scales very well. I would happily play this with the full 2 to 4 range. I think it does a very good job. It doesn't change the number of locations there are, but it changes the number of people who can go at the locations, so that it does scale, and I'll happily think this plays really well as a 2-player game. So that is my thoughts on Stone Age by Z-Man Games. I do hope you've enjoyed this video and found it useful. If you have, please do check out the rest of the videos on the channel, as well as sharing and subscribing. And as always, thanks for watching, and bye for now.